Small details and Easter eggs are everywhere in Star Wars The Clone Wars, and we'd be remiss if we didn't touch on some of them eventually. And that's exactly what we'll be doing today. In what is by no means an exhaustive list, we'll be taking a look at 5 Easter eggs and cool little background details from the show that we thought were worth highlighting. Keep in mind, it'll be a bit of a mix. Some will be continuity related, and some will be cool production callbacks. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video.
Attention, Sergeant on deck!
This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Anakin Skywalker's secret relationship with Padme Amidala was a crucial part of the prequel trilogy, and both of them were particularly concerned about the ramifications of their secret getting out. But there are multiple parts of the Clone Wars where it seems that Obi-Wan and even Rex are to some degree aware that this relationship exists. The most obvious case is the scene from Season 6, where Anakin and Obi-Wan nearly start discussing it outright. But there are others too, like when Obi-Wan cocks an eyebrow in suspicion when Padme tells Anakin about her relationship with Clovis during a council meeting in Senate Spy, or when Rex preemptively attempts to calm Anakin down in the Bad Batch animatics when he sees that the Batch have provocative art of Padme on the nose of their shuttle.
I simply feel she is vulnerable to her emotions.
She is? Or you?
What are you implying?
Anakin, I understand to a degree what is going on. You've met Satine. You know I once harbored feelings for her. It's not that we're not allowed to have these feelings, it's natural.
In the show's earlier seasons, there are several callbacks to expanded universe stories involving Mace Windu in Windu's scenes. Liberty on Ryloth is the most notable case of this. The way Windu shatters the cockpit window of the AT-TE at the start of the episode is a reference to his unique ability to see shatter points, as laid out in the novel Shatterpoint and the Revenge of the Sith novelization. In addition, Windu frequently uses over-the-top force attacks to destroy large numbers of droids, while the episode Brain Invaders references his involvement in the Battle of Dantooine, which are both callbacks to the original Star Wars The Clone Wars micro-series.
Take cover!
This detail is a subtle one, but it's a cool one nonetheless. Coruscant, as some of you might know, originated in the expanded universe and was fleshed out pretty well before the prequels were even announced. One aspect of the planet that was present across the EU but absent in the movies were mountain peaks. Small, exposed bits of rock in the middle of major plazas, enshrined as the last parts of Coruscant's natural crust to still be exposed. One of those peaks appears repeatedly in the Clone Wars, first appearing in the Duchess of Mandalore and reappearing in the Pursuit of Peace.
If not for people like Tekla and her children, who are we fighting for? My people, your people, all of our people.
The Clone Wars' tactical droids are much more individually unique than the Confederacy's other droid units, but they share a few common characteristics, including their chassis and the general tone of their voices. The voices of the tactical droid were actually inspired by the voices of the Cylons from the original Battlestar Galactica series, which many of the show's writers grew up with, and which had a reboot that was coming to a close as the Clone Wars was being written. Tactical droids, as well as HMP gunships, also share another quirk with the Cylons. Instead of the standard Roger Roger response used by most CIS droids, they use the classic Cylon response, by your command.
By your command. Your work there is finished. Recall the fleet.
By your command.
Sergeant Slick's betrayal in The Hidden Enemy was a hell of a twist, but if you were paying close attention to the background, you might have seen it coming earlier. During the opening scene in the towers, there are a few clones in the room with Obi-Wan Kenobi and Cody without helmets, and because of this, you can tell that one of them is Slick. During the part where the droids come in and start shooting, everyone scrambles, turning around startled, or in Obi-Wan's case, whipping out a lightsaber. Well, when we say everyone, we mean almost everyone. If you look closely, Slick doesn't do anything. As most clones in the room are displaying some degree of surprise, he looks almost bored and doesn't do anything until his brothers start shooting back.
Something's gone wrong. Prepare all troops for...
Squarespace is an all-in-one website building platform that simplifies your experience of building a beautiful, functional, and sleek website. Video blocks, purchasing domains, video backgrounds, simultaneous postings, film product features, portfolios and galleries, and just a variety of beautiful templates to choose from and customize. So make sure you head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Geetsly to save 10% off your first purchase. Well, those were 5 cool little Easter eggs and background details from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. And are there any Easter eggs that you know of that could potentially feature in a part 2 of this little Easter egg top 5 series? Let me know in the comments section below. And just before you go, make sure you check out all of those juicy links in the description below to interact with the wider Geetsly Star Wars community, including our Geetsly's Gaming Network, all of our Discord servers, and if you're a history buff, you can also check out my second channel called The Front, where we dissect all of the small and unknown topics of World War II. Anyways guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.